Hey everybody, welcome to Piano Lessons with Elvin, episode 5 I think. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today I just want to show you guys how to make a major scale. I think the next few episodes I'll just show you formulas and ways to make a few of the most important common scales. But yeah, we'll start with the major scale here. Be sure to watch the videos before where I talk about whole steps, half steps. I will review that briefly here. But yeah, let's get rocking. Just gonna grab the phone. Okay, so with major scales here, most important thing real quick is I'll just review whole step, half step. So half steps, no note in between. Doesn't matter if it's white, white, or white, black, whatever. No note in between. A whole step does have a note in between. Black and white, note in between. Doesn't matter, once again, the color combo. We could think fractions, half plus a half equals a whole. Cool? So that's important because you could think about a major scale being based on a combo of whole steps and half steps, and it's really the DNA of a scale. I always like to point out major scale is a very specific formula, just like a DNA strand, like I'm my own person with a, specific DNA and all of that stuff. So if we don't follow this formula for the major scale, it is not a major scale. It'll just become something else. So the most important thing here is just to get this formula down, and then you can apply this formula on any key in the piano, and it will always result in a major scale, because that is the definition of a major scale. So I'm going to start with the white keys here. Just because, it's visually the nicest. And we'll just break down the whole steps and half steps here. So here we got a whole step because there's a note in between. This to this note, another whole step, note in between. Half step. I know it looks like a whole step because there's two white keys like these were. But bear in mind, no note in between. So half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Cool, so the formula for a major scale, always and forever, no matter what instrument or what part in the world you're in, will be whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Now, if we bear that in mind, it doesn't matter where we start from, we'll always get the same result of a major scale. Because sometimes, let's say I do this, and everyone goes, dude, that's wild. Like, what's up with the black keys and white keys if I do this one? If I do this, I remember I would have the question like, why does this one have 4 black keys? This one has nothing. This one has 2 black keys. Like, what the heck's up? It almost seemed like it was arbitrary until you zoom out a bit and just get this in your head of it just being whole steps and half steps. And no matter where you start at, you keep that formula and everything will work out. So if I'm starting, what's the nice one? Yeah, let's start here. This is a great key, A. So this will make an A major. So start with a whole step. There's a whole step. Another whole step. Right there, forcing you to go to that black key. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a whole step. Now the half step. Now another whole step. Whole step, note in between. Whole step, note in between. And then finally, the half step. So that's why when you play a major scale, it consists of these 3 black keys. Specifically the key signature would be written as F, C, G. I'll get into that down the road on why it's specifically written that way, and why would they call it F, C, G instead D flat, G flat, stuff like that. For now, I haven't taught you guys how to read notes yet and interpret the page, so some of these specific whys on some of these might not be answered yet, but it's okay. You just still get the rote down. Let me try one more. What's tonight? This one's cool. Okay, so I'll consider this. I usually like sharps. Let's be nice. Let's do flat. So G flat. Once again, same formula. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Cool, so that would be G flat major. So yeah, and you just apply that. To me, I think it would be really great for you to try that on a bunch of different random ones. To me, it's almost better to just jump to random keys instead of just going up specifically, because there's something that when you go up specifically, it's too structured almost, and it doesn't force you to recall the formula randomly. To me, if you can pick it up on any key, oh crap, we're here. Nice. Okay, we're here. Great. Okay, what about this? What about this one? You know, that to me, for you to be able to snap into that more randomly, is a better testament to you really feeling comfortable with the formula itself. But yeah, the old little flipperoo, woink. Cool. So I hope that video helped explain things. I've been saying this on the other videos, but to me it's really nice just to know the why on stuff. And what I'm trying to relate is what's inherent to these structures. Like a major chord is specifically this, a minor chord is specifically that, a major scale is specifically whole, half, whole, half. If it's not that, it is not that scale or chord, etc. So, you know, because I'm going to show you minor scales and blues scales and pentatonic scales, and they all have a precise DNA to those. And to me, it's the best when you can really understand what that DNA is, commit it to memory, and then it's applicable to all notes and all instruments, and like I said, everywhere in the world, all the time, and nonstop. So instead of thinking arbitrarily, I find this is kind of an issue, let's say with I don't know, like people that sort of, let's say you play the guitar in a band and you just jam. Your perception of, let's say, A major or an A major chord might not necessarily boil down to the DNA strands of it consisting of, you know, an A major chord being 4 half steps and then 3 half steps. You're more thinking, oh, A major is this shape, cool. And you're not seeing the relationship that A major and E flat major or the same thing consisting of the same DNA structure. It's more feels like, oh, arbitrary. Oh, well, this is an A chord for some reason. Oh, and this is the E flat chord for some reason. Or this is for some reason, E flat major has 3 flats and then A major has 3 sharps. And that, I guess that's just how it is. Where this way we zoom out a bit and we're breaking it down to whatever the true structure is of these. So just to help with that comprehension, you know, and down the road when I start to show you how to read notes and we start to learn pieces together, having this foundation is really nice because then you start to see the sort of the blueprint behind songs, and not that just things happen to sound nice for some reason. You'll see the why for it all. But yeah, this is just me talking about the major scale. Next video will be the minor scale formula. But hope you guys are having an awesome day and be sure to practice. Okay, see you guys.